Hi everyone, Kathy from Kathy's Vegan Kitchen. Welcome back. If you like the recipes, hit that subscribe button. Today, we're going to do potato latkes or vegan latkes or potato pancakes, whatever you want to call them. I had extra mashed potatoes from Thanksgiving, and instead of just eating regular mashed potatoes and reheating them, which isn't great, we're going to do a little spin and use our mashed potatoes and repurpose them for potato latkes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a hot pan, and I'm going to add 3 cloves of garlic that I minced, and 1 white onion. You could use yellow onion too if you want, and 1 shallot, also minced up, and I have a half of a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper, and a teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm going to put that in with it. And we're going to cook those until they become translucent. Now, if you don't have leftover mashed potatoes, the recipe shows you that you can actually make this from scratch by mashing up potatoes, making vegan mashed potatoes, and then doing the exact same thing, or you can repurpose the potatoes. So these are mashed potatoes from Thanksgiving, like I said. I'm going to throw them right in the bowl while that's cooking. And I am going to add to this 1/4 cup of oat flour. You can use any flour you want. I sometimes use oat flour, chickpea flour. This way it's gluten-free, but you can pick what you'd like. 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast. I'm going to put that in there. And 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And we're going to sprinkle that in there. And using a fork or a spoon, you are going to mix the flours, the nutritional yeast, and the baking powder into this potato dough. And if if they start to stick a little bit, I always keep some vegetable broth on the side just in case. It also kind of helps caramelize the onions if you choose that. And as you can see, these are cooking. You want them translucent, a little caramelized. See how they have a little color on them from putting a little vegetable broth in there? That never hurts. And we're going to stir that around. And then what you're going to do is you're going to add these cooked shallots, onions, and garlic to the bowl with the repurposed mashed potatoes. And we're going to stir it all together. You want everything mixed well. And then we're going to pop this into the refrigerator covered for 1 hour. And what happens is it gets chilled and a little bit thicker. And then what we're going to do is I have this Cuisinart 3-in-1 burger press. And it makes slider-sized burgers or latkes, or large ones. I use this for veggie burgers, for my lentil patties, anything that's a circle that's a patty of some kind, I use this for. So although there's a gross, disgusting burger on the front of it, this thing has never seen meat. Then I have vegan sour cream here, which I made myself, and then applesauce, which is often served with the latkes, and green onions. And I usually serve with parsley, but I couldn't find any parsley, so I'm going to use dill today, fresh dill. And just a little tip, we don't eat a lot of applesauce. If I buy a big jar of applesauce, it goes bad, and I hate throwing food away. I buy these little Mott's applesauces, the ones you send in your kids' lunch, and one of these is 1 egg when you bake. And so I keep them in the pantry, and every time I go to bake like cornbread or something, I just pop one of these open and it equals 1 egg. Just a little tip. So we're gonna cover this up. I'm gonna stick it inside the refrigerator for an hour, and then I'll show you how to make the patties, and then you can air fry them or bake them. So we'll be back as soon as this chills. Okay, the dough is out of the potato dough is out of the refrigerator and it's chilled. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place it into the burger press. Now you can also form patties with your hands. I just like the burger press. And you're gonna put it all in there and literally smush it down, and it forms a circle. And then you just pop it off. Again, I said I use this all the time for burgers, for all kinds of things. And you put it back in, and I'm gonna form the patties, and then we'll be right back to show you how to air fry them. Okay, the patties are formed. You can air fry them at 400 degrees for 20 minutes, or you can bake them at 400 degrees for 40 minutes. Today, I'm just gonna show you how it air fries because we're gonna eat these tomorrow, but I wanna show you what it looks like and how to serve it. So you're gonna preheat your air fryer. You have to preheat your air fryer because when you cook in batches, if you put the second batch in, if you put the first one in and you haven't preheated it, it cooks at a different rate than when it's cooked and you put a second batch in. I have a big air fryer and I'm just gonna do one for right now, so it's not a big deal, but just so you know, you should always preheat your air fryer. So I'm gonna put this in the air fryer and we'll look at it in 20 minutes. Okay, here's a sample one that came out of the air fryer. You're gonna see it's all toasty and beautiful on the outside. I'm gonna put it on a plate. And then I like to garnish with some green onions. And usually I use parsley, but like I said, I'm gonna use dill today. And then I usually serve with a dollop of sour cream, vegan sour cream, on the side, and another spoon, some unsweetened applesauce, and then you kind of, put it on top, or you can dip it, whichever you prefer, or if you just want to eat it plain, it's great plain too. So here you have it. Vegan Latkes potato pancakes, leftover mashed potatoes turned into a meal. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next time.